Hey Reddit, I am Pornstar Jessa Rhodes. Ask me anything. What was your "they don't pay me enough for this shit" moment while at work? One time while shooting for Brazzers for Kyron Lee, I had to dive into a pool and swim from one end to another while wearing a robe that weighed me down. I had to do many takes because of technical difficulties. Every time I held my breath and resurfaced, I thought I was going to pass out. And then proceeded to get fucked in the butthole. I had something similar happen to me at work, minus the swimming pool part. What is your favorite act to perform on a person? Cowgirl bitch better work. What is that one thing that always turns you on? Secure people. Insecurity isn't sexy. Without meaning to brag, my passwords contain symbols, numbers and capital letters. That's pretty darn secure. Have you regretted anything you have filmed? Only one. You were in Green Lantern. Good morning. Besides your job, what are you passionate about? I'm definitely passionate about animal rescue and animal rights awareness. Also bringing knowledge to people that can help them learn about self-healing. I'd love to start my own non-profit organization, too. What mouthwash do you use? 100 proof rubbing alcohol. What prompted you to work in an industry with so much social taboo surrounding it, and how do the haters out there affect your sense of self-worth? Are the tactics you use that help it roll off your back? Mad props for doing you, from a fellow female who probably couldn't hack it. If there's one thing that you should know about me, it's that I love shock value. And I also learned at a very young age that people's opinions don't pay my bills. Thank you so much for letting me be your inspiration. Continue to be strong, empowered woman. One of my favorite quotes is, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Eleanor Roosevelt. Hey Jessa. Been a fan for years now. I always wondered how it felt for an adult entertainer to live outside of sets and shoots. Like, do you get recognized on the street daily, etc.? And how do you act with fans recognizing you? Yes, I do get recognized all the time. People always say, "Where do I know you from?" and I usually look at them and say, "You spend a little too much time on your laptop, right?" And they look at me awkwardly and walk away. What sex toys would you recommend for a couple? Hitachi. For both of you, where the hell is the G-spot? Different for every vagina. Fuck, what's the most annoying misconception about your industry? That my pussy is a well-oiled machine and that we all wanna fuck, all the time. What got you into the business? God granted me a vagina, so I figured I'd use it. How often do you actually enjoy the action in your videos? If I'm being completely honest, I enjoy it 90% of the time. Especially now that I've been in the industry for 7 years, it's easy now with muscle memory with the lighting and angles and whatnot to focus purely on good sex. Whereas before, I'd get nervous and anxious about making sure that I was opening to the camera and I wanted to make sure that the director got what he needed as opposed to me focusing on having good sex. I've always wondered how menstruation comes into play. Do you take a week off once a month, or are you on one of the birth control that limits how often you have your period? We clean out very well and we put a sponge in there. You asked, "Hi. How come you do this job? Do you like it?" It's hard for me to believe people would enjoy these things since I personally had a little trauma which is hard to get over. So it's hard for me to believe it is enjoyed. I understand entirely. I've dealt with sexual abuse my entire life. In fact, the first time I experienced anal sex, it was not consensual. Being in the industry actually helped me reverse that trauma and put things back into my own control to the point now I actually enjoy anal sex. When you make new friends, how do they react to you being in the porn industry? I say it loud and proud when people ask me what I do. When they see that I have no shame in my voice, there really isn't any room to feel shame for me, so it's all good. You hear mixed things about drug use in porn. What's been your experience? Also, what's your daily workout routine? Actually, the mainstream industry has a lot more drug use than the porn world. As far as my workout routine, I just try to work out every single part of my body at least once a week, or whatever needs work. How many hundreds of manly naked parts has your inbox received so far in this whole hour? Too many. Been reading the responses and it's pretty clear you're a great, down-to-earth person. Props to that. Is there anything in the porn industry of which you think, if applied to the normal world, would make the world a lot better? Kind of cliche, but I think communication is everything. If you can't talk about sex and what you like, then you shouldn't be having it. I recently gave someone advice where the relationship was great except for the sex, but once they spoke about the details of what they like and don't like without the feeling of being judged, they can talk about it safely openly. What's the weirdest thing you've seen happen while on set? A guy accidentally catch his own money shot in the mouth. Did you go to college? If so, what did you study? Yes, Western Washington University. I studied journalism. Have family members or friends ever cut ties with you just because you're in the adult industry? Yes. Boxers or briefs? Boxers. Would you sleep with a fan to fulfill their fantasy? Asking for all of us. Actually yes. In fact, people can enter my Fuck a Fan contest via my private Snapchat. What was the longest time it ever took to shoot a scene? I've been on set for 24 hours once. That was not a very fun day. Thanks for watching Best of Reddit.